So what are the key things organisations need to consider when they're preparing to transform their contact centre?
Well, I think first of all, John, they've got to be clear on what they have out there at the moment, which a surprising number of organisations simply aren't. So what is the level of inbound and outbound calling? What systems are in place? What contracts are they on? What is the expenditure on those contracts? When are times of peak utilisation? Where are the frustrations and bottlenecks within the system? Really understand, first of all, what you are dealing with. Then think about the business objectives. What are you seeking to achieve with this? Are you looking to completely transform your contact centre, new marketing strategies, new CRM systems, new ways of working? Really think about what is going to be in the wider interests of the business rather than coming at it from a sort of bottom-up IT and legacy voice solution perspective, because really this is about grasping the opportunities that are out there for transformation, not about seeking to just sort of improve what you have at the moment. Then seek to possibly challenge the norm. So building on what we've just said about grasping those opportunities for innovation, really think about within the life of a 3 to 5 year contract, which is typically what we're seeing for these services, we're already seeing AI, and we're going to see that automation, increasing use of big data. So think about how are you going to enhance that within your business, and then you've really got to plan and prepare. So with these often massive questions that we're dealing with, where is the business going, how are we interacting with customers, how are we going to respond to automation, don't think you can get that done in a few months. Really set aside the time to think who is going to own it within your organisation, how are you going to strategise, plan and work through the project flow for this, because a lot of organisations come to this a bit too late, and then it's a big chunk of work to start to undertake.
And what do you see as the key business benefits that can come from this sort of transformation?
Well, I mean, the possibilities are endless, really. We've already touched on things like the marketing possibilities, the customer interaction, the level of enhancement in those kind of areas that can really put you ahead of your competition. But I think we're now getting to a stage where if organisations aren't starting to grapple with these types of questions, they're not just not getting ahead of their competition, but they're falling significantly behind and creating a technical deficit between themselves and the rest of the marketplace. But there are some particular key things with a sort of flexible contact centre service that you can really use to your benefit as an organisation. One of those would be scalability and flexibility and agility. So, for instance, in the retail space, for instance, where we see particular peaks and troughs for customer interaction throughout the year. Black Friday would be an excellent example, for instance. And these type of solutions will really equip you to deal with that type of scenario. But it's not just in the sort of enterprise and retail space. Higher education institutions, for example, in the clearing process. I mean, there are so many applications for these types of solutions that can really ensure that you are ahead of your competitors, that you're dealing more efficiently with your customers, that your customers are having a better experience, and that you as an organisation have a far better understanding of how you're dealing with those customers. So like I say, the opportunities are vast for improvements in all areas of the business.